Hey everyone, happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to episode 49 of Sunday Night Live, coming to you live from the JPVideo studio. Do have a shorter show for you tonight, nothing too long or drawn out. We're going to have our 3 segments, and the reason it's going to be shorter is because our Going Back in Time video is a shorter video, but one that is worthy to share with everyone. And as usual, once we get done with all the segments, we will have a little bit of time to talk, and we'll be letting you guys know what the winning name was for the icicles. If you guys didn't see it, I did premiere a video this past Friday and asked for your guys' help with naming icicles out in nature. And I received well over 20 suggestions, narrowed it down, and I did pick a winning one. So we will announce who gave the winning name and what the name will be going forth for icicles when we come across them out in our explorations. But glad to have everyone here. Hello to everyone that is here. I did see a bunch of people early chatting already, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for spending your Sunday night with me. And if you guys are in the Northeast, we do have some bad weather on the way, so be prepared. I guess it's supposed to be pretty messy tomorrow and Tuesday. They're calling for ice, snow, really cold temperatures. So it looks like winter is not letting up anytime soon. But typically, in Pennsylvania here, February and March are usually the worst months. Last year we kind of skated by with hardly anything, but this year it's making up for it. So those of you who like the nasty weather, it's coming. Those of you who don't, all you could do is just, hunker down and sit through it and hope for better, warmer days ahead. But let's see, we got everyone here saying hello, hi, glad to be back. Some people are talking about 0 temperatures already, and people are freezing already. So, yeah, just stay warm. Hopefully your pipes don't freeze. They do say common sense stuff like, use a heater or keep the water trickling if it gets down really, really cold. It's much better to pay down the road for a little bit higher utility bill than to have to pay for a busted pipe. That's never a fun time. Alrighty, so without wasting more time, we're going to cut right into our first segment here of Mail Call.
You've got mail.
And we do have mail. So I do have something to share with you first before we actually get into actual mail call, because this was given to me personally by one of the viewers. You guys may recognize his name on the chat or in the chats. He goes as Southeast PA Pyro. He happened to be in my local area a few days ago, and we've been in touch with each other, and he asked if I could meet up with him because he had some things to give me. And aside from some things that go boom in the air, he did make something that will be very suitable for the JPVideo studio. So I'm going to switch, excuse me, got a hiccup there. I'm going to switch angles here and show you what he did make here. So if you don't know what this is actually a miniature version of a fireworks mortar rack. Typically for full size, you put the mortar shells in these tubes, and they shoot them off up in the air, and it's a rack made to hold them so they don't tip over. And he made this and put my JPVideos name on it with YouTube, and he asked to show the other side. Shameless plug, Southeast PA Pyro. So pretty cool that he made this. He is pretty much a fireworks channel. If you want to see some pretty cool fireworks demonstrations or even little finales, he does do them. I think the last one was on New Year's Eve, roughly around there. But Southeast PA Pyro on YouTube did meet up with me to give me this in person. It's pretty cool. It is a pen holder, in case you're wondering what it is. So it's got 6 slots to put pens or whatever you want in it. And I'll have to find room somewhere in the studio. But it was quite surprising to see this because, we both love fireworks. And to get something that was kind of, I guess you could say, custom made and personalized for my studio, definitely put a smile on my face. So thanks again to Steve from Southeast PA Pyro. Well, you deserved it there, Steve. So thanks again. And he is in the chat here, so he is the one responsible for that. And again, the other stuff he gave me, you may see down the road for some fun with fireworks videos. Okay, first one is a package here, which I believe is probably from Amazon, so we'll dive right into this. Oh, okay. I know exactly what this is, and I believe I did receive this once already. Okay. So let me show you exactly what it is here. So these are little figures by Woodland Scenics. They're like people, snowmen, like winter scene. It's a snowball fight. This is for the train layout. These are made specifically for train layouts. They make different sizes for different train scales. And this says, I wanted to help populate your train layout, so here's an HO gauge snowball fight scene. Hope it fits in well. Love the train, new setup, especially the Alaska train. Definitely keep it up all year. From Sarah McLeod in the Philippines. Sarah is one of our regular viewers who has sent stuff in the past. And I do have, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, someone did send maybe the same set of figures or something very similar sometime last year for Sunday Night Live, which I did incorporate into the layout. But it's never going to hurt to have more people to populate it. So thank you, Sarah, for sending these out. I do have HO scale on my layout, as well as N and O scale. So no matter where I put them, they're going to fit in. And to have a snowball fight, even comes with little snowballs, which I don't think the other one came with. Is going to fit in perfect because mine is pretty much a winter Christmas scene. So thank you, Sarah from the Philippines, for the train layout accessories. Okay, next one here. This may be a distributor. It's a ready post envelope, so just see what's inside. And Sarah is here. All right, awesome. Yes, thank you so much. Oof, this stuff is messy. Okay, so whatever this box is made out of is like it's like particle material, and it's like flying around in the air like dust. It's really messy. I don't know what it is. I never saw an envelope like that. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, it's dusty. I'm going to have to get the air can out and spray everything. Okay, so we do have an envelope here and some other pieces. So this is from Andrew out of New Jersey. So let's see what the envelope says. Okay, I believe Andrew did send stuff before. This looks familiar. There's a Happy New Year 2021 card here. I believe he sent photo albums before. If you guys remember, I think it was a month or two ago, I received a bunch of photo albums, and they were all screenshots of some of my videos from Sunday Night Live and from when we found that John Deere Gator, and he had one for RJ, which I gave to him. I believe that's the same individual. He gave a Christmas card here. Looks like it says, surround yourself with the spirit of holidays. Wishing you all the best of 2021, Andrew K. So looks like it's a little puppy dog in wrapping paper and a 2021 card, but there is more. So let's see what else there is. Okay. So inside these two folders here are some bigger printouts here. This looks like, I'm not sure from where though. But it's a printout photo of a steam locomotive. I don't know if you guys could maybe recognize which one that is. That one I'm not familiar with. I don't think it's anything local around here. Maybe it's in New Jersey. That has a pretty neat photo, though. Let's see what the other one is. Okay, next one here. Yeah, it's another steam locomotive. Number 630. Looks like it's a 2.8, maybe a 282 wheel configuration. Another nice photo there. And he did give a package of photos here. It says the lady who is reporting about the bridge used to be the New York Central Railroad Bridge. So I'm just going to briefly go through these because there is a stack of them here. And everyone who is tuning in, thank you for tuning in for tonight's episode. It is Valentine's Day. Although I am not decorated or themed out for Valentine's Day, our question of the week, which is from one of the viewers, will be related to that. So that'll be coming up next. Okay, so some of these photos I've seen in the other photo albums. Some of these are from actually Eric's Train, who I subscribe to. So basically, it's different photos of model trains from looks like Eric's Trains. Some of them I've shown. Even a screenshot from one of the Pullman cars that Nick's Crossing gave me. So, and here's the bridge that he said the reporter's at. Used to be a New York Central Railroad bridge. So just a random collection of photos here. Some of them are of me. Some of them are of steam locomotives. Seems like he definitely is a train lover or rail fan, if you want to call it, just like myself and others. So there's a nice collection of photos here, which I'm going to go through individually, probably tomorrow. I just don't want to take up too much time with this. But thank you, Andrew from New Jersey, for the photos and the card. Thank you so much. Alrighty, we got one more here. It's a bigger box and it's the final item, so let's see what's inside. Oh, you're not going to believe what it is. It's bags of air. Oh, someone is very generous. Just joking. Alrighty, we've got a few things here. And it looks like we got some more mods here too. So welcome mods for tuning in. Thank you for being here. We got Mike. Sorry, Mike. Matt MPG, or Matt PG, sorry. We got Retromantic. We got Adam. I don't know if RJ's here, but and also Jill's here too. So didn't see you guys popping in, but thanks for being here. Let's see. JPVideos. Enjoy your gift from Lisa Anderson for Miss Lily. So definitely something for Lily here. And enjoy your gift from Lisa Anderson for me, I believe. So one for me, one for Lily. Okay, so for Lily, she got, I believe it's a poster set of anime, which she definitely is a fan of. So it's here right here. It's pretty big. And I know she'll love to put this up in her new studio room, which she's in the process of kind of revamping for herself. So there's, I believe, several posters here. So I'm not personally into anime, but I know Lily does like it. She actually draws some of it too, so she definitely will appreciate it. So thank you, Lisa, for Lily's gift. I will make sure she does get it, and you'll probably see it on her channel in a future video. And let's see. Oh boy, something Christmas Story. Alright, so yes, as you do know already, I have Christmas Story stuff here in the studio and have stuff on the train layout as well. Oh, this is cool. Let me switch cameras here and show you better detail. So here we have a Christmas Story leg lamp mug. Oh, look at that. Ah, fragile. It must be Italian. It's a major award. It's got Ralphie on it. It's got the leg lamp. And it's a good size one, too. I think it's ceramic as well. It's got the pop-off top. So this could be good for hot or cold beverages. Not sure if I'll use it for beverages, but it definitely will be displayed. But yes, that is a very cool item. Fragile. I always smile and laugh when I say that. I don't know why. But thank you, Lisa, for the gifts for myself and for Lily. So that does conclude mail call. It was just a short one tonight, which is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's good to have something shorter than drawn out like other times. But it's going to allow us to move on to our next segment in just a moment here. All right. So next up is our question of the week. And tonight's question of the week is courtesy of one of our viewers, because I did remember this time to put out the question of the week on my community tab. It went up this afternoon, and we had about 20-some questions, many good ones. One or two have to keep in mind that the questions are for me to ask to the viewers. They're not questions directed at me. Although I do answer it, they are questions, for the audience. So I know a couple people did ask something like, what was your first video, stuff like that. So just remember, if you do ask a question that you want to have shared in a future episode, make sure it's a general question that basically anyone can answer. But tonight's question comes from Sue Hoffer. She asked, did you swap Valentine's cards in grade school? And before we get rolling with that, I'm going to put up a little music for you guys. So for Valentine's Day, in school, especially grade school, it was a big thing. Like most holidays, they wanted to make it special. And the one thing I could say for myself is that the way we did it is, I'm pretty sure this was how it was for most of my years in grade school. We had our individual desk, and we would make like a little kind of pouch or envelope out of construction paper. We would pick out paper, staple it or glue it, around the edges to make a seal and write our name on it. And we would kind of tape it on the front of our desk. And anyone who brought in Valentines would kind of walk around the classroom and drop the Valentines in the envelope. And then when everyone was done, we could empty it on our desk and see what we got. That's how we did it in grade school. It was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure everyone always participated. We either got like lollipops or candy or cards, or I remember a big thing was like cartoon Valentines, like Bugs Bunny or Roadrunner or Looney Tunes or superheroes. That was a big thing back in the day. Then in junior high, I think like 7th, 8th grade, we would have, I forget the name of it, but basically when you went to lunch, they had a table where you could send either a lollipop or a rose to someone in the school. They would deliver it personally to that person on a particular day. So if you want to send like a rose and a note to someone, or a lollipop and a note to one of your friends or a potential crush, that is what you did in junior high school. So that's how we did it when I was growing up, in the younger days. Once we got into, actual high school, they did away with it. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely good memories from childhood, from elementary school, of making your own little envelope pouch and getting them all filled up, overflowing, and then sorting through them, and then just enjoying the holiday in a fun kind of non-pressure type of way. Especially when you're a kid, you don't know any better. You just think it's something fun to do. But let me look through the comments here quick and see what we missed. So it seems like pretty much everyone had something with the in school getting Valentine's Day cards, stuff like that. And just to answer something that someone can't let go, I've already talked about it. Myself, Cliff, and Sparky did get a trespassing fine at a location because somebody did report the video, and all we did was pay the citation. Nothing, no arrest, nothing like that. So myself, Sparky, and Cliff, we just paid a fine, had it taken care of, and it was a done deal. Nothing else done, no arrest, no nothing, and it was just something that you go through, potentially making videos that you sometimes do put yourself at risk. And although it wasn't anything severe, we were respectful. We just paid the fine and moved on. So it was already addressed in previous videos, and there's no reason to keep bringing it up. Over and done. But of course, yes, we did not give everyone back then. I think they said in school, if you can't, unless you give to everyone, you can't give any out. That's the way it was. So it was either all or none. Decorate a shoebox. I don't think I have any still, but if anyone has them from their childhood days, then probably would bring back some fun memories. Now, that was 2019, Glenda. That was a couple years ago. All right, so thanks to Sue for tonight's question of the week. And it seems like just about everyone did swap Valentine's cards in grade school. So not sure if they still do it nowadays. Obviously not this year, probably, because hardly anyone's in school. Everyone's doing it virtually. So, all right, let me get that taken off the screen here, and we will move on. And I think the music is done playing. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Sorry, just navigating the buttons here. So let's move on to our final segment, going back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Okay, so for tonight's Going Back in Time video, it is going to feature someone that you have not seen on my channel in quite a long time, but it's someone that I spoke about recently in my Q&A video. If you guys haven't seen that, I did address a situation that happened over a year ago, I believe now, and I shared, what happened and owned up to my actions as to what I did wrong, and felt like there was no reason to keep putting it off, and wanted to show that there is no hard feelings and that I'm able to speak, positively about the individual and even share videos that do feature him. So tonight's video is going to feature Mike from Good Day for Decay. So let me get that pulled up and we'll watch that. It's, I believe, our first video that we did together. I always have trouble when I do this, so give me a second. I may screw it up. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the abandoned racetrack known as Makatech Speedway. It was a local dirt track. It's kind of in a kind of desolate area. It's kind of in countryside. It's not really an area you'd think to have a racetrack, but they did make one here. It's very successful, very prominent. I actually went here as a kid to see the dirt races, and I just remember being there at night with the lights on, the cars racing around, and the dust and dirt blowing in your face. And I believe this is the first location that we teamed up on. So this is before Mike started doing a video or videos for his channel. So you won't see a video from him of this that I believe but I do have his channel linked in the description if you do want to see what type of work he does do. But he does focus mainly on abandoned stuff. But you will see him in this video, and you'll see the Speedway, what's left of it, and find out a little bit of history about it. So let's check it out right now.
Are you afraid of the dark? Are you scared?
This would be the parking lot area. There's a couple trailers sitting here. There's the grandstand. Track's on the other side of that. I'm going to try and make our way over there now. Pickers, just gotta watch that. Oh, geez. So if you can't tell by what we're looking at here, I believe this was the kind of concession stand where you'd go to get your treats or snacks or whatever you're at while you're at the races. This is like the typical setup where they have the counters and the doors that would pull up and you hook them above you. I believe that's what we are walking in right now. It doesn't go far if you fall through. It's only...
Oh, it's only like a foot down.
Yeah. There's the second floor. Lake Makatek Campground. So this is situated next to a campground, and it says Lake Makatek Campground in Hamlin. So Hamlin is, like I said, up in kind of a rural area, but this is where it was located at. I guess this is like a snack bar area. This for the fountain sodas and hamburgers. You can see right there, those silver packets are hamburger like foil pouches. So when you get served your food, they would put the burger in that to keep it warm. So that's what we're looking at right there. And those hoses were for I believe the fountain dispenser for the fountain soda. So that confirms that we are inside the concession stand. There's the grill over here. Not my best camera work, so I do apologize. That's the doors where they would have sold out of. Now, if you look through here, I'm trying to show you a shed. If you look what that is, peeking through the shadows there, that is a thing of Power Wheels Jeep. So would that can be considered a toy? I guess it could. A little Jeep in here. Kid's Jeep. Nothing really else in there. Let me see when we came here. This was filmed, I think, in September, early October. The video came out October 2017. Obviously, not the best time of year to come here with how thick it is. You can hear the struggle we're having and see that it's difficult to maneuver through here. So if I was to ever come back here again, it would definitely be in the wintertime. Now the track's down here. Just trying to get down to it. So where we are right now is actually on top of some of the bleachers or seating area. I think they had wooden bleachers, but we're sitting on top and the track is down below. You can see the pole there with the lights on it, and there is a speaker right there. So the announcer, would call who's in the lead, stuff like that, all the stats facing towards the audience there. Probably wouldn't better come here in the wintertime without the foliage and crap. Yeah, wooden bleachers. There's a little stand right there. And we're trying to make our way down to the track. All right, made it down to the track, and as hard as it is to believe, this was a quarter-mile bank turn dirt track. I couldn't find any footage from this particular place. I'm going to put up a clip right now showing how it would have looked when they used to race here.
The 70 good mile of trouble in Norman Stevens in a 3 car, running in second place.
So aside from racing those types of vehicles, they also raced what I think were called micro sprints. I remember they were almost like, I forget how you describe it, but it's almost like an all-terrain vehicle, but it was a car and it had like a wing up on top and a wing facing down. So it had like this big overhead wing on top, one facing up, one facing down. I think they were called micro sprints. They used to race here as well. Oh yeah, there's the post up there. And there's the flagman's post. That's where they would stand to start the race and wave the checker flag. There's some of the track lights and speakers. Right behind us, the grandstand. And Mike's gonna climb up on that post. I don't think the chair was there during racing season, but as to why someone put a single chair up there makes you wonder. I don't think that chair was there back in the 60s.
I don't think so.
But up there you'd have a whole view of the track. So what you're looking at right now, it's kind of hard to depict what it is because it's all overgrown. This middle area was the infield, obviously. You can see lights in the background facing where the track was. So it was a quarter-mile bank turn dirt track, but there's almost no signs of it now except for the poles, the stand where Mike was standing, the bleachers, the building. But as far as looking at it on a track, for a track, it's hard to see it. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I do have some drone footage as well in this video. So we'll see how it looks from the air. You can see the oval, but it just looks like an oval grass field. Behind all the trees and bushes here is rows of bleachers. They're still there. Some of them are broken, but they're still hiding back there. You can see there's lights all the way around the track. This place opened in 1961. They raced a variety of different types of cars here, including, I think, micro sprints. And this closed abruptly in 2004. Now, the details are unclear. But from what I gathered, the neighbors of this property were complaining about the water runoff, and they filed a petition against it. Ended up going to court, and the court filed an order to have this place shut down. And the owners supposedly offered to fix the problem, to keep it open, and they said no to that. So I believe it was May 2004, it was shut down, never to reopen. And now it's just sitting here, letting Mother Nature reclaim its spot. If you notice too, myself and Mike are down to the left. You can see the outline of where they would have raced. It's more like an ATV path now. But here's all the poles as I'm pointing with the mouse. And in the middle here, you see these big, almost like heavy equipment tires. I don't know what they would have used them for, but they're very common to see them at racetracks. I don't know if they were used as like maybe bumpers or protective barriers or something, but you do see them painted white. And up in the distance here is where the campground is. And once the video does finish, I will share a few more details. This area back here where you see the camper and the lights, this was the parking lot for the public, for the people that are coming to watch the races. This was the general parking lot. Now, I actually did visit this place when I was a child, back in the late 80s, early 90s. And from what I can remember, behind the trees here, there's a fence where all the bleachers are. And when the cars would come racing around the track this way, just be a cloud of dust going over the people. It was a really dirty, dusty track, and that's one of my strongest memories from this location. Fortunately, there's not much left to it. It's all overgrown. A lot of it's knocked down and destroyed. But this is a look at Makatech Speedway in Lakeville, Pennsylvania. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified of new videos. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay, so that was Makatech Speedway, filmed back in 2017. And there is a link right there for Mike's channel if you want to visit it. Again, this was before he was doing videos. He may or may not have put something out on it since then, but at the time he didn't, but I did put a link for his channel anyways. But let me get myself back on the big screen here and we'll continue on tonight. Okay, so as I mentioned in that video, they did use the excuse of drainage and runoff, saying that it was creating a problem, I think specifically for the campground. Aside from that, there was complaints of, excessive noise and traffic and dirt and dust. A friend of mine who I actually met at my previous job, I'm still friends with now, his father used to work at the Speedway and said that they just used that as an excuse to close down the Speedway, that there was just people against them that didn't want it there, and they used the drainage runoff issue as an excuse. And the owners at the time even offered to fix the drainage runoff issue, saying, all right, if that's an issue, we'll fix it. And they still said, nope, we're shutting you down. And if I'm not mistaken, 2004 was the last year of races, which was unfortunate because that was a big thing here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Going to the speedways, whether it's Makatech or anywhere else, was something that was very popular, especially back in the 80s and 90s and earlier. I know a lot of people or their relatives or grandparents used to race at the tracks, and dirt tracks are a lot of fun. You got, it's not like you see on NASCAR. These ones you have a lot of close calls. There's sometimes accidents. It's dirty. It's real. It's loud. It's like you're almost part of it, and you leave in a layer of dust. It's just inevitable that you don't leave there clean. But it was always good memories. I'd never been to Pocono Downs Speedway. I'm just not into NASCAR racing. But if there was another dirt track around, I would probably, be willing to visit it again, to kind of relive those days. I do like drag racing, though, on the quarter mile. There is one of the local speedways is Numidia Raceway, which is just outside of Elysburg, where Knoebels is. And that's a track I used to visit. Not in my younger days, but I was in my probably early 20s. I used to go there. They used to have Friday night street racing, like street legal racing, and then on Sundays they would have the modified alcohol fuel racing. So I do want to go back there. I want to take Lily and Jill there and potentially do a video as well. You get to stand close to the burnout pit, which is a lot of fun. But who knows what's going to happen down the road. But hopefully, we all keep saying hopefully things get back to normal. But I know a few more people did tune in and pop into the chat here, so it's going to take me forever to announce everyone, but thank you to everyone who did pop in if I was missing your comments. I know someone was asking about the streaming, how I'm able to do multiple screens here. This is through a streaming platform. It's not through Prism or anything like that. This is called XSplit, the letter X and the word split. That's what I use to do the Sunday Night Live. It allows me to do multiple screens and the mail call, and everything I do is done through that. Another good comparison or alternative to this doesn't have as many features, but is StreamYard. StreamYard is for free. You do is go to StreamYard.com, link up your YouTube channel, and you could do multiple screens. You could do guests joining your stream. So it's hard for me to answer how to do it. There's a lot of tutorials out there. That's how I learned. But Prism I use for mobile streaming. XSplit or StreamYard I use for stuff like this. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. But okay, I do have a little bit of news to share with you. As mentioned, this past Friday on the premiere of the Part 3 of the abandoned Erie Railroad line, towards the end of the video, myself, Alan, and RJ were checking out a section that was kind of off from the rail line, and it looked like it was kind of intriguing. It had like a flattened out area. We saw some drill markings in the walls. We saw that QT radio and that little miniature boombox. But there was numerous icicles on that video in that particular area. So I asked you guys, the viewers, to help me give it a clever name, because I already say nature's carpet for the moss. I say miner's carpet for the moss that's underneath in abandoned mines or on mine tours. And I said nature's blanket for snow. So I had those three names covered. I needed a good name for icicles. And countless people have given suggestions during the premiere and also afterwards. And I have a list here of, let's see, probably the top 10. I'm going to roll through the ones here that I wrote down that stood out to me more than others, and I'll let you know what the winning one is. So a popular one that more than one person suggested was Ralphie's Scapegoats. And that's in reference to A Christmas Story, with Ralphie cutting his eye reportedly by the icicle, even though he shot it with a BB. So Ralphie's Scapegoat was mentioned more than once. Winter's Waterfalls, Nature's Teeth, Nature's Ice Curtains, Nature's Popsicle, Glass Hair, Crystal Falls, Frosty's Fingernails, Nature's Fangs, Roxicles, and Winter's Veil. So those were all great suggestions. I didn't write them all down, but that's roughly around top 10. And one of them, it was really hard to pick. I even asked Jill to help me out, but we narrowed it down to one, and I'm going to put my own little spin on it. Christine Reed came up with Roxicles, and I'm going to pick that one and call it Nature's Roxicles. So Christine Reed has the winning name. Close second was Ralphie's Scapegoat, and also Crystal Falls and Frosty's Fingernails. Those were all contenders, but I did go with Roxicles. So in future videos, when we do come across icicles, I'll be calling them Nature's Roxicles. Possibly may even get a t-shirt design created if you guys are maybe interested in picking that up and helping support the channel and having people ask you, what the heck are Roxicles? Well, you can tell them now what it is. So that is tonight's show. It was, again, a shorter show. Shorter show? Yeah. I thought I was mispronouncing that. For the last a little bit of time here, I will chat with you guys. If there's anything I missed that you guys want to talk about, mention, whatever, hopefully you could ask again. I'll try to catch it this time. It is hard, as I mentioned, to read the comments while I'm doing my segments because I am focused on keeping the show rolling, because not only am I talking to you guys, glancing at the screen, I'm also working multiple things on the screen here to change all the different segments. So it's just the way it goes. That's what the mods are for, and the other regulars who could help answer some questions or let everyone know to hold off until later. But I know Christopher usually asks, what did I do today, or how was my weekend? And today, for Sunday, was a boring day. I went to Walmart, got some things from the store that we needed before the nasty weather comes tomorrow and Tuesday. So I spent a good bit of time at Walmart, as did everyone else. It was packed there, lines out the you-know-what. So it was not fun, but it needed to get done. We got the stuff that could hold us over until next weekend, where we do our food shopping. But other than that, I watched Lily play one of her new games she got on her Switch. I edited some photos I took recently. I was checking comments on my Patreon. And if you're not a member of Patreon, I encourage you to check it out. For $2 or more, you do get early access to things I'm working on. And recently, I've been giving the patrons the opportunity to pick a thumbnail for the upcoming videos. For two different videos coming out that you guys haven't seen yet, I've been putting my thumbnail choices up there, and they're voting on them, and it kind of gives them a nice little, early access to see what the video is going to be about, and also have a say into which thumbnail it's going to be. So if you want to check out my Patreon, maybe one of the mods could post the link. Otherwise, it's down in the description. $2 or more will get you early access. $10 or more will get you early access, and your name will be featured in upcoming videos. Also, merchandise is available in my merchandise shop. This one is not available anymore. May come out again in the future, but other than that, I just wanted to let you know in case you're new or weren't aware of the other ways to kind of check out or help support the channel if you choose to. No obligation, obviously. So a lot of people are saying good night to everyone or anyone who is leaving. Thanks for spending your evening with us here. Brian says where he lives, he got 12 inches of snow. They're calling for, I think, 4 to 8 inches of snow and ice between tomorrow and Tuesday. Thanks, David. You want my $2? Better off dead. Have you eaten a Fosnot? Never even heard of that, so I'm pretty sure I didn't. Thanks, Matt, for sharing the link there. Texas, I'm enjoying the weather. I'm not trying to push it off. I said last year I hope we get hammered this year, and we are. The only thing I haven't done yet, which I hope to with Lily, is to get back to the mountain and do some sleigh riding and sledding and tubing. There's enough snow. It's just been crappy weather, or we've been busy. But I do want to do some sleigh riding or tubing because we have plenty of snow now. Minus 34. Wow, that's downright like Arctic cold. Snow donuts. Somebody's famous for doing donuts. It's not me. Not going to mention anyone. They changed the forecast. Did it change for the worst? Yeah, I have that movie on DVD, Pyro. That's a classic one. I love the mother. Franche fries. Franche dressing. And to drink, Peru. That's the movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack, if you guys haven't seen that. Blizzard weather tonight. Well, stay safe. Do whatever you can to make sure you're taken care of and nothing gets out of hand, out of control. If power goes out, try to stay warm. I guess it's best to be prepared. One good thing with me is I have a lot of flashlights. I have that power bank, that portable generator thing, and we've had lights go out before for accidents and storms. And we do have a gas heater as well. So we are prepared if stuff like that does happen. Hopefully it doesn't. I know not everyone is so fortunate, but all you can do is just hope for the best. VHS. That might be worth some money. Another good movie too, which is very similar to that, I think it's directed by the same person, is One Crazy Summer. Also starring John Cusack and Bobcat Goldthwait. That's another funny movie. The Camaro, yes. I think it's a 68 or 69 Camaro. Apparently it's privately owned now, and it shows up at car shows, I heard. Yeah, it's supposed to get really cold this week. They're calling for temps in the single digits, which is not fun. So it's going to be hard on cars starting in the morning. It's going to be hard on, furnaces and stuff like that. Snow coming in upstate New York as well. It's pretty much anywhere on the East Coast. I heard even Texas was pretty bad. I guess they had an ice storm down there, and there was like 100-car pileup. I saw on the news. I guess, obviously they don't get typically cold or freezing temperatures or frozen precipitation, so it caught them off guard, and I guess there were some fatalities, which is unfortunate, but, this has been crazy weather. I know down in Florida, where Barb is, she's had, I don't know how cold it got. If Barb, if you're watching, if you want to share, I know you did mention it's down in the 30s. Probably got colder at some point too, but typically Florida, everyone flocks there for the winter, and it's cold down there too, or at least it was. Yeah, let's make it a Blockbuster night. Those are always the fun evenings, going to Blockbuster and browsing the new releases, and some of the stores. I remember, like the non-Blockbuster stores, like the knockoff video stores would have the room with a curtain, the adult section. Winter preparations. Drive south till you see palm trees. That's good advice there, Carmen. As for this week, it's going to be difficult to get out and film. I know that, with how cold it is. It's just brutal on equipment. Batteries, everything doesn't want to work. Battery life gets cut in half, if not less than that. And then, dexterity with fingers and talking and worrying about slipping and falling. It's just not a good combination. I don't mind cold weather, but when it's downright, single digits, frigid or windy or icy, it's just kind of not the best time to go out and film. So thankfully I do have some more videos on backlog. I think I have about 6-7 to go still. So I have enough to cover me for a few more weeks. I have 2 more to edit that I just did recently. Patrons, I don't think even saw the photos of that yet, so I'm not going to even talk about it because they get first peek at it. Calling for 11 inches tomorrow. You might cancel. Yeah, it's going to be definitely difficult traveling. Runny noses, definitely, without a doubt. Christopher, it's hard to say because we've had little snowfalls here and there, so I forget when it was. RJ could probably maybe mention, or anyone here in Pennsylvania, we had a big snowfall a week or week and a half ago. We got close to 2 feet of snow. It was a really big storm. That lingered around. It didn't go away. And then we had little storms here or there that would dump either an inch or another 4 inches. So, and some of it's been melting in the sun, but we still have over a foot of snow out there. There's still a lot of snow. So it's going to just get piled on after tomorrow and Tuesday. Yeah, I think we have some VHS tapes left. I know we used to go to the flea market to sell like once a year just to sell stuff that we don't want anymore. And people are always trying to sell like the VHS tapes. Some people have large collections and they're trying to sell them for like $3 or a quarter a piece because nobody wants them anymore because most people don't have VHS players. So they're almost obsolete. But, I'm sure there's some rare ones that are worth something, but you almost can't even give them away anymore. People don't even want to buy them for a quarter. RJ has 2 feet piled up, just keeps coming, yeah. I know down where Nick's Crossing is, I think he's not too far from Strasburg. He doesn't have as much snow as us, and he was talking about, like seeing some areas up here. I'm like, you may want to wait on that because we still have a lot of snow. It's not easy to navigate through a foot of snow. I mean, unless you have the right gear of either snowshoes or, high hiking boots, it's, your feet get cold, you get snow in your shoes, and it's just a lot more strenuous to walk through a foot of snow, especially when you're walking for a mile or two. So, things that I have planned to film, I have at least 6 things right now that I have to wait for until the snow thaws or melts because they're either buried or it's just too hard to get to. So, you just got to be patient, work with Mother Nature. Yeah, I think we have a VCR in the one back room. It hasn't been used in years, but I'm pretty sure it'll fire back up. I remember they were common to have the rewinders go on them. You have to buy that external rewinder where you pop the tape in, push it down, and it automatically rewind it. I know that was a common problem there. Ford sign. Oh yeah, this I picked up at Cabela's. The Ford sign also has a thermometer. And it's tin. It looks like it's older, but it's new. But yeah, it was Cabela's. I think it was like maybe $20. So I like that. I like the color of it too. Chest waders for the snow. Yeah, or get like a sled and a bunch of huskies or something to pull you around. I know anyone that owns snowmobiles is definitely enjoying it because last year they got gypped. There was hardly anywhere to go snowmobiling because we only had 4 inches of snow. Now you could go almost anywhere, and there's plenty of snow. Pyro, believe it or not, I didn't even look through the bag yet. It's in the garage. I haven't looked through it to see actually what there is. Just been really busy, so I'll get back to you on that. So here's a quick question for you guys, since we're talking about movies and VHS and Blockbuster. If you had your Blockbuster nights, especially on weekends, what was your go-to movie? Would you go looking for something scary, something funny? Would you go for action? Typically, I know I loved comedy movies, especially 80s. 80s and 90s, there were so many great comedy movies. But I either went for comedy or scary, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that, Critters, Tremors. I remember seeing those movies and renting them from the stores. Be kind, please rewind. Yes, I do remember that. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the VCR and ruined it. Oh, yeah, that's not recommended. Action, sci-fi, whatever the kids picked. Footloose. Yes, that's a good one. Thrashing. Oh, that's a BMX one, isn't it? Action adventure. Change it up every week for the variety. Pyros. Deandra's asking about pyros. Pyros is fireworks. Pyrotechnics. Scary and comedy were great in the 80s and 90s. Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Or Back to the Future was another great one. Ghostbusters, those were some of the all-time favorites in the 80s. Drop Dead Fred, comedy. Great Outdoors, yeah. Or Uncle Buck, Home Alone, Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, another movies that I still enjoy to this day. Austin Powers. Hollywood Video. I never went into one of those. We had Blockbuster Video in a couple locations. We had Primetime Video, which was one of those knockoff stores. But I do remember seeing Hollywood. And I typically don't talk about other channels, but I did watch one of the episodes of Carpetbagger. He recently did a road trip on the Lincoln Highway, I think it is. And one of his episodes, there was actually still a Blockbuster Video store. It had the Blockbuster sign out front. He went inside. There were still videos, but the store is actually set to close. So there was no like new releases, and whatever was there was actually for sale. But it was probably, I don't know what state he was in, somewhere down south, I believe. But it was just shocking to see the Blockbuster, ticket sign out front, and he was able to go inside and kind of show you all the shelves and all the boxes for DVDs and probably VHS. But as he was leaving, he saw the sign, store closing, everything for sale. So I don't think there's any existing ones anywhere else, but they definitely will never be forgotten. Dixie Highway, yes, that's it. Thank you. Spaceballs, or Men in Tights. And a good thing, too, if you guys aren't aware, there is a YouTube section that has free movies. They're full-length, regular movies for free. Obviously, there's ads on them, and you could get away with that with getting an ad blocker. But some of the movies I found on YouTube, though, is Christmas Vacation's on there, which is the classic. What else? Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. I do know the movie Duel was on there from the 70s with the Maniac truck driver, and a few other classics. But they pop up. I've watched some of them on there. Spaceballs is also on there. So if you guys want to watch movies for free, if you don't have Netflix, check out YouTube. Just search the movie, like full movie, or search YouTube free movies. And there is a good selection of movies on there that are for free. And if you don't mind sitting through the ads, which are just like commercials, you can watch it kind of uncut. So that's another option for a bad weather day. Watch some movies. Watch some of the classics. Austin Powers. Yeah, they were funny. I mean, I was never a huge fan of Mike Myers, but I did enjoy a few of the movies. Definitely some of the Austin Powers. I don't have a favorite one. I'd say probably Goldmember is one of the better ones for me. I did like him in Wayne's World. I remember seeing that in the movies for the first time and never knew anything about Wayne's World. I never knew it was an SNL skit, but the movie made me laugh with Wayne and Garth and Party on Wayne, Party on Garth. So, but yeah, he definitely played some, funny characters, especially with Dr. Evil, and the Mini-Me. Stallone, yeah, Stallone, he's got a lot of classics. Over the Top, Tango and Cash is a good one. I think there was one with Cliffhanger. I think that's starring Stallone. Obviously, the Rocky movies. But some of my favorites, or favorite series from Stallone is Rambo. Rambo, all of them for me are so entertaining and enjoyable to watch. Even the latest one, Rambo Last Blood, was one of his best performances. I love that movie. Terminator 2, another one. A lot of movies too that directed. Cameron, what's his name? Who was the guy that directed T2? He also did Titanic. He also did that Alien movie. I'm drawing a blank here. Something Cameron. I think he's a director or producer, but James Cameron, yes. Pretty much anything he's behind is like a home run out of the park. He does some amazing movies. What's the one with the aliens? I know myself and Jill saw it. It's not like an alien movie, but it's people that are like in the military and they transform into these alien pods to try to talk to the tribe. It's like an alien tribe. I can't think of the name of it. Castaway is another good one, yes. Law and Order. I remember that. No. Well, yeah, Abyss is a good one. I'm trying to think of the movie. Avatar, yes. Avatar. That's another interesting movie. I think they're making part 2 and 3, but they're spread so far apart now. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, we saw Avatar in the movies. It's a long movie, but it had you engaged the whole time. It was pretty neat. Men in Black, yeah. I even rode the Men in Black ride. I think it's in Universal Studios. It's a dark ride, and you have to shoot the aliens. Cameron actually did a really good documentary on the Titanic. Actually, multiple ones. I'm fascinated with the Titanic. I don't know why. Jill can't stand it. But the Titanic movie I do enjoy because you get to see what the ship used to look like. But Cameron has done numerous documentaries and explorations of the ship itself, like down at the bottom of the ocean, where he sent these little, remote control submarines down into the bowel of the ship to show like the Turkish bathroom and some dining rooms and stuff. It's just neat to see it's all preserved so many years later under the water. But he also did a movie type documentary where he went to the deepest part of the ocean. It's called Challenger Deep, and him and his team created this torpedo-like submarine that only fits just him, and it has all state-of-the-art electronics, and what it's able to do is pretty remarkable. And he went to the deepest part of the ocean, which I think is like 20 miles deep, and that was a really interesting movie to watch too, because it shows you the trials and errors, the testing, and to see what they were able to accomplish. So stuff like that I do enjoy watching. Another classic one too, if you guys remember, Roadhouse. Who remembers that? And then what was the other one with Ghost with Demi Moore? That was another good one too. Yeah, a lot of great movies. It's just Short Circuit. Yeah. And who remembers Batteries Not Included with the little flying saucer UFOs at the apartment building? JP had me lost. Sorry, Texas. Some of the stuff I enjoy, others may not be aware of, but cheesy. Until it's time not to say no, or whatever he says. But Roadhouse is one of those classic, whether it's cheesy or not, whenever it's on, you can't help but to watch it. Randy loves Roadhouse. Yeah, that's a good one. Christine, yes, I love Christine. That's another great movie. Turner Classic Movies. Cocoon, I remember that. Even The Fly. I forget who starred in that, The Fly. He was also in Independence Day. He was the guy with the glasses. He had like black curly hair, but he was in The Fly. Independence Day is another good movie. I'm trying to think what else. There's, some of them I can't come to mind, but if I hear the name, I'm like, yes, I remember that. That's great. Down Periscope, that's a funny movie. Jeff Goldblum, yes. I watched Down Periscope a few months ago, and I didn't realize it when I watched that, when the movie came out, with the girl who's part of the team in the submarine. She's the same girl from Dumb and Dumber, the one where he has her briefcase, and he's like, Samsonite. I was way off, but that's the same girl from Dumb and Dumber and Down Periscope. Yeah, 2012. I had Lily watch that for the first time last year. She loves that movie. One of her favorite parts, if you guys ever saw 2012, it stars John Cusack, is where they're trying to get onto the ship because the big tidal wave is coming, and they're stuck behind this door. And this one doctor, scientist guy is there, and they met up previously earlier in the movie. And the doctor guy's like, hey, do you remember me? And John Cusack, he's like, yeah, I remember you. Now open the GD door. Lily just busted out laughing when he shouted that, because he's like, yeah, I remember you. Now, no time for small talk. Open the god darn door, You know what I mean. But yeah, 2012 is pretty good. Gone in 60 Seconds, yes. Fast and Furious ones I actually enjoyed too. But the later ones, I started losing interest. I like the first 3 or 4, but the one Tokyo Drift, I think it is not so great. But I'll watch if it's on. But the original Fast and Furious, I remember seeing in the movies. That was a good movie. Yeah, The Heavenly Kid, I remember that. Bronx Tale, that's another great one. Yes, he also did Jurassic Park. Speed, yeah, Speed is another good one. Speed 2 was no good, but the original Speed was good. But Die Hard, I love Bruce Willis. He's in a lot of great movies. I liked him primarily in the Die Hard movies. Like when he was in that movie where he says, the kid says, "I see dead people." Like, not so great in that. But Die Hard movies, Die Hard with a Vengeance, all the Die Hard movies I like. Another one is Liam Neeson with the Taken movies, Taken 2. He was also in a movie, The Haunting, with Luke Wilson and Catherine Zeta-Jones. So he's been in some good movies as well. There's also a movie, Dead Calm. Anybody ever seen that? It has Nicole Kidman and the guy from Titanic, the one that Rose is married to, the guy with the black slick hair. He's in the movie Dead Calm. That's a pretty good movie where they're kind of stranded at sea, and this guy comes aboard the boat and tries to kind of kidnap her and take it over. Yeah, we mentioned Lethal Weapon. That's with Mel Gibson, right? Those are funny, especially with Joe Pesci. Lou, what's his name? Something Getz. I know Getz is his name. But yeah, Lethal Weapon's funny. Also Signs with Lethal Weapon. I do like that movie with the aliens. Good night, Lisa. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping things up in just a moment, but yeah, it was nice that we got on the topic of movies here. It's a nice little change of pace rather than talking about food. Leo Getz, yes. And I think Chris Rock was in Lethal Weapon 4 and also was that martial arts guy. Can't remember his name. You guys, if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Smoking the Bandit. Tommy Boy, and also Black Sheep. See you, Joseph. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. No, it wasn't Jackie Chan. No, not Jackie Chan. It's someone else. Another martial arts guy. Jet Li. Yeah, Jet Li was in that movie. He was good in that. Whatever, ride the Bright Line train? Maybe. I don't really know anything about her, even where it's located, though. Rush Hour. Coming to America. Tell me who doesn't love that movie. That is one of the all-time greats with Eddie Murphy. Coming to America. Also, Nutty Professor. He is one talented individual to play all those characters and then make it seamlessly go together. And it's supposed to be coming out with Coming to America 2. It's supposed to star the guy from White Men Can't Jump. I can't think of his name. But it's all the original cast. It's Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones. But the one guy from White Men Can't Jump is in it. I can't remember his name. Yeah, McGee's talking about it. I think he was in some of the... No, not Woody Harrelson, the other one. I can't think of his name. Maybe somebody will get it. Norbit's another funny one, too. Wesley Snipes. Yes, thank you. All right. Well, I just wanted to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Again, shorter episode tonight, shorter show, but that's okay. We'll see what happens for the next episode, which is going to be in 2 weeks. Thanks to the mods for being here tonight. Wasn't sure who was going to be on. It was just Matt for a while. Then Jill popped in, and then everyone else. So thanks to the mods for taking the time out of your night to spend it with us and to kind of help things keep flowing smoothly. But the movie talk, though, was great. Definitely brings up some great memories, and going to definitely watch some of the movies because once they come to mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to see that again. That's so great. So hopefully you guys have something great to watch, too. Yeah, House of Wax. That's another good one, too. For this upcoming week, nothing special planned, just regular uploads. I do have, some of you have been waiting, I do have the video of my train layout. That video is coming out this week, and that one is done differently than my normal videos. It's basically going to be you guys being in the train layout, and you guys are going to see the famous Twinkie trees as to where they're located. So that video is coming out. There's also another oddball type video, but I think you guys might like watching it, and something a little bit more entertaining probably for Friday. So, with the bad weather, if you have nothing to do, definitely check out the videos. I do know RJ just uploaded to his version and perspective of the abandoned Erie line. He teamed up with me as well as Alan. Alan premiered his about a week ago. Mine came out Friday. RJ's came out tonight. So if you have nothing to watch after this, head over to RJ's channel, check it out. It's about an hour long, but you'll be able to see what he thought of the adventure, checking out everything that we saw, on that journey. So anyways, guys, before I get carried away, thanks so much for everything, for tuning in, for watching, for the thumbs ups, for the mail call tonight, and just the kind, courteous words. They do mean a lot, and obviously put a smile on my face and make me look forward to doing this for you each time, again and again. So hope you guys stay safe, stay warm, stay cool wherever you are. If you have bad weather coming, just do what you can to take care of yourself. And see you guys real soon. Have a good night, guys.